the Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.
And that's action.
That is a beautiful song that we were singing just there, bringing back, one of those songs that really, really connected with the audience early on. But we can't say it now anymore.
No. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Kloopy Magoo.
We were, Kloopy made an appearance.
He did.
This morning in our office.
Yes.
And sang one of his classic tunes. Something about Belfries. I don't remember exactly what was in the Belfry, but something was in the Belfry.
It's a song about expect the unexpected.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's really what he was touching on.
The underlying theme, I think.
Yeah.
Also, almost of that entire year of work for him.
Yeah. Oh, here goes Ronnie fixing her mic, adjusted where it's at while the show's going, which just makes an awesome audio treat for everybody. There she is. Yay.
So Ronnie's got to work.
She's got to work. We all got to work.
So here's to keep you up to speed, audience. We like to keep our audience up to speed as to why every single one of us sounds a little bit like our voice drags.
We did set this up last week, so if they listened last week, they know. But I want you, for the new people who haven't heard last week's, tell them why we were this way. Except, did she just totally? You said we all sound this way, and she's like, not me.
It's like I don't sound like she's the queen of it's never my fault.
Yes.
I never do it wrong.
She's the queen bee.
I'm the perfect.
She really is.
And to be fair, she kind of is.
Yeah.
She owns it. More often than not, she's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, no, but we as you all probably heard last week, because we did set it up, we got back. We had a flight yesterday from Orlando, Florida.
With a very efficient process at their airport, Orlando.
Oh my gosh.
So great.
I couldn't believe how short that line was. I was so excited. We walked into the TSA line. There was nobody in front of us. It was like 3 people in front of us.
Oh, so easy.
And we sat there waiting they did nothing. Nobody moved. We sat in that line for 45 minutes, and there was nobody in line.
This is our Yelp review right now for the airport security at Orlando. Fix it. Do better.
I think the people infrastructure in general in Orlando is shockingly bad.
It's very bad.
Which is amazing because it is the city of theme parks.
It is.
All you do is move people.
Yeah.
That's your job,
what you're
bro.
known for. Your bumper stickers are Ferris wheels and roller coasters because everybody knows Orlando is where you go ride rides.
I mean, it was absurdly bad.
It was.
Everywhere you look, they don't know how to move people.
Traffic lights, people working front doors at things, they just don't have it together.
Even getting to the 2 Universal Studios, which we went to. Right?
We did.
Very exciting.
We did.
We were in the Universal.
We couldn't help it. We had to. It was right there.
It was right there. We didn't go the whole day.
No.
We went for
a couple hours.
Like 4 hours to see the Harry Potter things and left. It was like a sneak out in the morning, get this done, and then get back to work.
Yep.
But we did it.
Well, I had to make a deposit at Gringotts, and I told you guys that's why I had to go.
Yeah.
So they were doing it as a favor to me because I had all this gold, and I was like, if I don't get this in my Gringotts, I'm going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
So we did that. But anyway.
We did that. It was a little bit team building.
Yeah.
Okay, so sue me for building the team. So sue me, work police. Jeez.
Right.
So we did that, and what I noticed about that is they had a boat that was supposed to take you to Universal.
Yeah.
The boat was never there.
Never.
The boat had to stop at like 4 other hotels.
Yep.
And it was never there either.
Yep.
And you're walking along, we saw one boat, and that boat had 2 people in it. Do you know why that boat had 2 people in it?
Because
you can't get out of the boat because it's never there.
I know exactly.
What time is it? I'm sorry, I said an F-bomb there.
It's all right. I'd say this is a loopy episode, so I feel like
loopy.
No, not Kloopy. Not
sorry.
a Kloopy episode.
My bad.
So loopy episode. So to Noel's point, we Orlando was full of lines.
Lies.
Lies.
What?
We're all very tired, is what the bottom of this story is. We're all very tired. We got in late last night, and we're back in the office this morning, and I was like, we have to podcast. And I said, let's do it first thing. But all of us are really, we're feeling it.
Also, can we be honest with the audience? Sure. Can we be candid about the situation?
Be candid as you want. We're on camera.
We're on candid camera.
Yeah.
The United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce event. This was their big end of the year event where they give the awards to all of Edward James Olmos was there.
Edward James
Olmos
was there.
Their Lifetime Achievement Award.
It was, and he gave a great speech, and it was really cool to see him.
It was hilarious because we're going to the bathroom, we're walking out, and they have security everywhere, moving out. Edward James Olmos.
Yeah.
And then you hear Eddie. Jose! And then next thing we know, our chairman of the board, Jose Nino's got his arm around him, and he's like, Jose! And his arms around
really
Jose.
cute.
The two of them are walking down and chuckling at each other, and
Yeah.
it was very cute.
Yeah.
So that was a tangent of all tangents.
No,
so this event was there's a lot of networking that goes on in the event. There's a lot of people you talk to the event, and that's obviously a portion of it.
Yeah.
However,
Yes.
one of the big things about the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce event is that the people who go to that event don't actually start working until all of the stuff is over.
Right.
So you end up going to the party after the after party,
Yes.
where you then hang out with all of the people that you want to
met
hang
during
out
the
with.
day. Yeah.
And because we are social butterflies, I won't lie about it.
I refuse to live in the shadows as a social butterfly.
We have been telling people that we're not butterflies who are social. We've been telling people that we're antisocial butterflies.
People who listen to this show know that you and I are a couple of wallflowers. And we don't like to get out and socialize.
And Veronica
with
too.
people.
She'll barely talk to anyone.
Just unbelievable, like pulling teeth.
Yes, yes. So we may or may not have, over the years, as well as through our work this time, made friends with like
Everybody. Yeah.
And we may have also shown that we're fairly fun at a party.
We have a good time.
So what tended to happen was people would be like, "Where are you guys going?" And then we'd say, "I don't know."
You're coming with us.
And then we end up going with them. And then you go with them, and then you're with all of the like
The heavy hitters.
The heavy hitters of the event, which we were.
The big dogs.
Yeah, the big dogs.
Yeah.
But then they don't. But this is their chance to let loose because they've been getting. Everyone's been throwing them business cards and like washing their balls and
yeah.
The female.
They're
do we have to bleep that?
No, you mean balls because they carry
dogs.
balls.
They're big dogs, and so people have been throwing the
Yes,
ball.
balls.
Washing their balls.
Yeah,
yes.
the dog balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna let it go
Yes.
because this is a Kloopy episode.
Or
a loopy episode.
Loopy episode.
Thank you for my
Or
super-
because they don't all have balls. Some of them are also having their slobbered on. Are we allowed to say that?
No, we don't. No. Keep going with your story, Mr. Carroll.
You're such a stinker.
He is the biggest stickler of all time. Go on.
Well,
So we're out late.
Look, am I wrong though?
No.
The phrase may be inappropriate, but I'm like most of the most powerful people at that conference are women, and they are absolutely
Just
being
bringing their
treated.
game. They're bringing their game.
People want them
Yes, it's true.
badly, and I'm not talking in a sexual way, although that was the joke. I'm talking like they want their business.
Yes,
like they
yes.
want to work with them because of how powerful these people are.
It's very true. I'm probably gonna just take that whole section out.
No!
I'm just kidding.
There was important data.
Important data. You needed to know.
Jacob,
Just write the time down.
when you listen to the thing, you're going to see that that was important because it was. This is who was there.
You've already broken your promise to me last week. You said to me,
I wouldn't swear even
I
once.
wouldn't swear. I said, Noel, I have such a finite amount of time to put this episode together to not curse. And here you are.
Twice. 3 times if you count the
Breaking my heart. Unstast 3 times amazing.
So we're sitting there at the event with arguably the heaviest hitters in the joint, who
Yes.
are all exhausted from having to fend off people
Yes.
because everybody wants to have their money.
Yes.
Because they run businesses
They
like
want business.
like AT&T.
Yes.
Like Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Like
Like the biggest companies in the world.
the biggest companies in the world. These are people who are like at the top of the ladder of the biggest companies in the world.
Yes.
Okay. And so they just like to party with us.
Yeah.
Is what we basically have discovered.
Yes.
The upside to this is you get to hang out and make friends with people who are very powerful and important. The downside to this is they don't want to stop partying.
And they don't want to go to bed.
So we were up until God knows what hour every single night of this event. And then you have to wake up the next morning early
And do it again.
to do the next stuff. So I think total number of hours slept between the 3 of us is probably, 6?
Tops.
Total. Over the entire event.
All in.
Yes.
We're running on 6 hours sleep over 3 days.
Right. So last night we got home and all of us passed out completely and ignored our families as much as we didn't want to. What are you going to do? Well, I'm asleep. Literally sitting there with a controller trying to watch a show with my wife. I fell asleep with my eyes open.
You fell asleep with your eyes open.
I did. I actually did, and she laughed at me because she was like, "We're watching. What? Why are you on Kardashians?" And I was asleep.
Yeah.
Okay. So that all happened, and this morning we woke up and we were all like, "Well, I feel like last night I slept well.
Yeah.
But I still feel like someone punched me in the face repeatedly."
Yes, exactly. That's what I feel like. Is I feel like I got a good night's sleep technically.
Technically.
But my brain and soul are going, but that wasn't enough. You got a lot more recovery to go through in order to feel normal again.
Yes, normalized.
But I said, hey, brain and body,
Hey,
let's
brain
go
body.
to work and let's record
go
a
to
show.
Work and record a show.
I
I was trying to do it. I was trying to help you.
Oh, you were doing my brain,
Yeah,
my brain and body?
yeah.
That was a good impersonation of my brain and body.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
here's where we are, and look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Be honest. We've been
Be
lying
honest.
this whole time. Let's finally tell the truth once.
When it came to subject matter,
Yes.
I was up last night looking at stuff.
That wouldn't have been,
And a
wouldn't have
lot
been
of
good.
stuff. I was sitting there flipping on my phone, and I was like, I'm trying to find a good subject. And there were some feel good stories. There were some.
Were there some
things-
feel bad stories?
There were some feel bad. There was
That's
a
usually
plethora
That's usually the environment.
of feel bad stories. And there was one that I was going to touch on, and I was like, you know what? Actually, I think this is a more interesting topic when we are rested and sharp. I was like, I'm not going to waste it on this episode.
Although, how hilarious if we tried to do a good one that you're supposed to be rested and sharp for with,
Yeah.
with our brains as much as they are.
I'm not going to do it, but
No.
so should I tell you what it
Yes,
was?
tell me what it was gonna be.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was about in London, they're rebuilding the sewage system because it hasn't been put in since the
It's a classic sewage system.
yeah, but
It's like Roman times.
They have to exactly, and so they have to redo it because it's been the same
Just
for
thought about Rome.
150 years.
Yep.
And so you thought about the Roman Empire?
I just did. Yeah.
Here you go. By the way, have we talked about that? The Roman Empire thing?
We have.
You
not-
two talked about it.
We talked about it, but
So
not in the
I don't
podcast.
ever think about the Roman Empire as a male, and so I'm going public and saying as a male I'm one of the rare, but the majority of men think about the Roman Empire. This is the new trend online. It's the majority of men think about the Roman Empire.
I ballparked it at 6 times a month.
6 times a month. That's what you think you
That's
have.
my ballpark. And I think based on ever since my daughter,
Yeah.
my wife, and then on the plane, Veronica
Asked you.
asked the thing to see what the situation
Yeah.
was. I've realized, and maybe it's because people keep bringing it up, this month, I probably thought about the Roman Empire like 30 times.
Exactly. So this has been a viral trend. It's been going on for about a week and a half.
Right.
Somebody was asking their husband, I guess, and then it went viral because every husband was like, "Yeah, I think about the Roman Empire," and I'm one of the rare that doesn't, but it is very common for men to think of the Roman Empire. And then the new one that I just saw, I wonder if it'll take off, is that it said something like men be walking around with imaginary scenarios where they're saving people's lives in their head all the time. And I was like, yeah, I have done that before.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Where
I
you're
actually
like,
don't.
yeah, I do that one. That's totally me.
Really?
Yeah, where you're just like, you imagine like you're jumping out of like a burning building and you're like carrying the baby and I have those scenarios in my mind where you're like the hero, and
Yeah.
that is definitely something that happens to me often where you're like saving the day.
I never have that.
Yeah, so
I'm
isn't
not
that funny?
kidding. It's so funny. I don't.
I've absolutely
really?
had the
You've
imaginary.
had that.
Oh yeah, where you're like, I'm here.
Well, what's wrong with me?
Nothing. You're thinking about the Roman Empire.
All right.
I don't know if that one's going to take off. It was just something that I saw, and I was like, well, that is me. I do have imaginary scenarios where like I'm the hero and I save the day, which is maybe it's an ego.
How often
thing.
do you think about guitar pedals?
Oh, often.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
How many times
That's-
a month do you think about guitar pedals?
Oh, 30.
Yeah,
I think about guitar pedals
that's-
every day.
That's your Roman Empire.
Every day.
Yeah.
I think about guitar pedals every day.
Yeah.
I do. I
I
literally,
know.
I think to myself,
Because you think about music and how can you change music and how can I adjust this music and what can I do with this music, and then you think about guitar pedals.
Totally.
Okay,
And
so
they
there you go.
are the guitar pedals are the candy of being a guitarist because it's like this little box that can change the sound, and they make them colorful, they make them clever, they put art on them, and every time somebody releases a new guitar pedal, for some reason you're like, I should have that. I should have that guitar pedal. Now, here's the thing. I don't have a lot of guitar pedals, but if that slope starts to happen, good grief.
Veronica, how often do you think about guitar pedals?
Every day. It's a struggle.
This is probably the most tangential intro we've
It's
ever
a
had.
struggle.
I know.
It's a struggle. How do you deal with all this? See, this is what I mean. Like, I think that different folks
Think about different
have
things.
their things that whatever. I think
Yeah.
I'm a history buff, so
Yeah.
Roman Empire's going to fall.
But it turns out that a lot of men are like you, and that
Yeah.
I don't know why it happened.
Living in America,
Yeah.
this entire culture was purposefully built around the original Roman one.
Yeah.
That was the idea, was to make that kind of to make that Roman Republic a republic here in America. To do it
Yeah.
properly, to do it right, and to put it in control so you don't have a dictator take it over and ruin it, but to do
Right.
it the right way.
Right.
Right? And so the architecture, the systems, like it's all built around that. So it is difficult if you get any kind of basic understanding of what all of this is to not have Rome pop into your head a little bit here and there if you live in that and understand what that system is and how that works. And I think that's why I think this is a very American and European men.
Probably.
I doubt if you got away from
Yeah, agreed.
from Western Europe and America that many people would be thinking about Rome ever.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that I don't know. We should dig into. I know that they had so much ownership of the world. It's a big part of what we learn about when we're growing up. And then when you're young, you learn to play games like Risk and these kind of battle games, and you know that was like one of the biggest forces in the world. So if you're looking at anything from a point of like domination, that's definitely your go-to reference point. You know, like being able to take control of the whole planet for a period of time. So I would imagine that just leaves a lasting impression on a lot of specifically males' minds as like you grow up thinking about being a soldier or a warrior or wielding a sword. You just think of like bravery and might and power and strength. And so guys have the tendency to kind of think on that.
Yeah, but even something as simple as roads.
Yeah.
Right?
Roads, yeah.
Like the whole idea that you get to a new place.
Yeah.
And in order for you to keep that place under your control and your power, you need to have a very clear, easy pathway to get to it.
Yeah.
So the Romans were like, we build roads.
Yeah. And that's
And if you have roads, well, if you're going to have a place, well, then you may as well have water going to that place. So we build aqueducts.
Yeah.
And if you're going to have aqueducts and water and people, well, then there's going to be poop everywhere. So we build sewers.
Yeah.
And it's like that's Rome. Like that's how Rome works, and that is 100% the way America works. So like everything we do is just a more advanced version of what they were doing.
Yeah. It's a fascinating
so
experiment and thought.
Sticks in your head.
Yeah.
Particularly if you're working during the day.
Yeah. So today's episode is not about the Roman Empire.
I think we just say that this is we're having a
conversation.
We should do a topic that's environmental. But can I be a monster? Can I be a monster to you? I'm such a monster. I'm sorry.
I actually,
my coffee's freezing. It's like somebody put ice cubes in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And then on your way back, just bring the thermos. No, the thermos, it's in there. My Yeti.
Yeah, this is the kind of high quality podcast.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah, 30, yeah. Or, 1,000 if you want. Just
So I read this thing about over the Thames, and they're fixing the sewage. It's like a
Thames.
Thames. Sorry, the 4.6 billion euro project to build this underground sewage system that's going to be good and help London.
Yeah,
and then I was like, we haven't really ever talked about sewage, and like I was reading this article and it was just saying that like a lot of people don't even think about what happens after you drop it. Don't even think about it.
And yet it is one of the most important things that has ever happened.
It is critical. It is crucial. And if it leaks out into the environment, it's bad. So you got to treat it. We have all these things in our poo. It gets out in the world, and if it does, it creates algae and blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm kind of spoiling it, but I was like, it's a very fascinating topic.
It absolutely is.
Poop.
Poo is everything.
Yeah, poo is everything. But I think we should save it because I don't have the data.
Yeah. No, I get it. It will be a terrific topic, and we sort of talked about it, honestly. We just kind of almost had a podcast about sewage.
Yeah, we did. But I saw an article, and I was like, look, we're all very tired, and it's from this really cool magazine over in London called Positive News. They've been around for a while, and it just said pizza, popcorn. Sorry. So sorry.
No. That was me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you. So the headline said,
Why is Veronica so awesome?
She is so awesome. The headline said, pizza, popcorn, and potatoes, 6 surprising foods that may actually be good for us.
Okay.
And so, look, am I being a little bit of a fluff piecer today? Yes. I was thinking, hey, we just got back from this trip where you're eating foods and snacking. And there's always this trend to like, oh, I can't eat this and I can't eat this. And especially in that culture, like what you can have and what's not okay and whatever. And I was like, I don't know. Here's a couple foods that maybe you've been kind of saying, oh, I can't do that. I can't have this. And I thought, I don't know. Might actually be good for your body so you could take care of yourself.
Jacob.
What?
Bartholomew Givens.
I love it when you call me by my real biblical name. Thank you.
What a fantastic idea for a topic today. I'm so glad we didn't go into stupid sewers for 30 minutes in Rome. This is the topic.
We did go in sewers.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. That's
what?
30 minutes.
You're kidding me.
We talked about it for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
But I looked.
No, this is awesome.
I mean, look, sometimes.
I actually want to know what they have to say about this.
So it starts out, the article, this Positive News, like I said, which is out of England, which is fitting because the thing about the sewage system.
Oh, perfect. How many minutes did you put this in for?
Uno.
Oh.
So first off, now this is
sorry.
something that I can't have. The opening of the article says, a new research suggests beer might be beneficial for our gut health. Experts share other unlikely foods from chocolates to potatoes. So they talk about how the bacteria in beer could boost your intestinal microbiome. Now, I can't really drink beer anymore because of my gout. But, and they are...
Although, can I just tell us just a quick story? And I know that we have important things to cover.
No. This is a Kloopy
This is
episode.
a little Kloopy. Little Kloopy. I got to say, though, on those rare occasions, we went to St. Louis.
Yes.
West St. Louis. Yes. We were in West St. Louis. We were in St. Louis, and we were. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Jacob and I have an inside joke about that.
We have something that we...
Yeah. We're not going to talk about West St. Louis anymore. We were in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And we were doing a meeting out there with some of our partners that we work with.
Yes.
And we had one night. It was a long day. We sat down and they had an IPA, a local St. Louis IPA, and I grabbed a beer. And you had not had an IPA, I think, at that point for
8 months.
8 months.
Yeah.
And you were like, you know what? It has been a long day. There's a lot going on. We walked a long distance just to find this place so we could sit down and have a drink.
Yeah.
I'm going to have an IPA.
I did.
And he sat down and he got the IPA, and it was as if someone had handed a child hot chocolate or something. You grabbed the beer and you grabbed it. You kind of looked at it for a second. And it wasn't at first. It wasn't so. You're like, this will be nice. Yeah. And then you took a sip, and then your eyes closed. And your head tilted back, and you're just the way your Adam's apple would just and you're just gulping it. And
I shuddered.
Oh my
I literally
God.
was like,
and you put it down, you're like, oh, that's good.
I miss it so much. He tells the truth because I can't really have it. It's one of those no things to have with gout. And the thing is, it's like I don't have it often. Like you said, it had been many months, and so I had it. And I feel like in that kind of low, you just have the one, you walk away. Now it almost becomes more special.
Yeah.
Now I get to have one, and it's like a treat. It's like, this is a treat.
Yeah.
So
it was just a great reaction.
It was. I remember it. I can think of it clearly. The moment it hit my lips, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it was so honest because sometimes when someone's excited about something, they get excited about being excited.
Yes.
And so you'll eat it, and you know they're enjoying it, but you also know they're also kind of just like, I have to make sure that I enjoy this and I'm enjoying this. Yeah. This was one of those rare moments where there was something that was there. You weren't really planning on it. Yeah. It just happened to be there. You didn't quite know what to expect. So you picked it up, and then when you drank it, the reaction was so pure. Yeah. So true.
Because you would think that after time you'd go, oh, I don't know, it wasn't that big of a deal. I could live without this. No, I still really like it. Yeah. So anyway, the article does say, like, when they're saying the beer could be better for your microbiome in your body, it's saying, we're not saying that gives you the license to, like, just get bombed and like come back. Like they're saying like it's within a certain reasonable amount. They're just saying it could have some helpful gut bacteria for you that's good.
Yes.
And that's all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, because there's so much in there that would be
totally
that would attract
the ingredients. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hops, barley, oats.
Yeah. But are you a popcorn fan?
Oh God, I love it. I love it. Popcorn. Particularly because they put crack in it, I think. But the movie theater popcorn.
Oh, it's the best.
It's so hard when you go to the movie to not get the popcorn, and I've been good about not getting it for this very thing because I'm like, well, it's not good for me.
Yeah.
But God, when I have it, it's really, I enjoy it.
I love movie theater popcorn, and I worked in movie theater. Did you work in a movie theater?
No. Okay. Clayton did.
Okay,
yeah.
So I worked in movie theater, and so during that time, you get burnt out on movie theater popcorn because it's there all the time. Your body smells like it, your clothes smell like it, and you deal with like the butter liquid.
Sure. Now, and that's got to be bad for you.
It's bad for you. But I feel like in the past,
it's also tasty.
Yeah, it's very tasty. But I feel like in the past 20 years, there have been some improvements on that butter stuff. I feel those companies have been under a lot of pressure to not be as bad for you.
Yeah.
So they've gotten a little better.
Okay.
But here's why popcorn could be okay, guys.
Talk to me, Goose.
Okay, ready? It might be a movie night staple, but popcorn's whole grain status means it definitely deserves better billing.
Huh.
Okay?
Okay.
Besides being high in fiber,
Oh.
The consumption of
Is
which
it really?
is linked. Yeah, it's high in fiber.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's good to know, right?
I can start pooping again.
Yeah, the consumption, and then we could fill the sewer with all the poop.
I do poop. I'm just kidding. Everybody.
Yeah, he does. The consumption of which is linked to lower risk of heart disease, stuff that's in high fiber, diabetes, and some cancers. Popcorn is full of vitamins, nutrients, and antioxidant phenolic acids.
Really?
It's been seen as a junk food,
Yes.
but if you cook it carefully, it's really beneficial, explains nutritional therapist Stephanie Daniels. That means making it from scratch.
Okay.
And going easy on the oil or butter. So it's like if you go easy on it, if you don't just overdo it and you cook it from scratch, this is a way better way of having your popcorn.
I wish I understood what they mean by from scratch. Like,
So
does that
like
mean
just the seed.
just the seed? So
You're not buying
getting
the prepackaged.
You're not getting the Oscar, not Meyer. That's the guy who makes the hot dogs.
Orville
Redenbacher.
Redenbacher.
Right.
So I think that they mean if you're going out there and you're buying the popcorn seeds.
Yeah, just the seeds.
Just the seeds.
Yeah, don't
And
get the bag.
Don't get the bag.
Okay.
And I'm sure like you know how some of those ones that you microwave,
Yeah.
they say like comes with this pre-mixed in to give it flavor and whatnot. They're also saying like, you know, you're going to look at the back of that and that's going to have a bunch of
It's
stuff
gonna have
added
all
in.
everything
Yeah.
else. Right.
But if you're buying the popcorn seeds
Yeah.
and you're making it from scratch, you're really retaining a lot of like the good nutritional value
Yeah.
of the popcorn. So you
Yeah.
get to indulge a little bit with
So
that.
if I because butter's actually good for you too.
Yeah, exactly.
Butter gets a bad
Yeah.
rep. Butter's like eggs. It's one of those things that people keep going back and forth. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it good? But pretty much both eggs and butter are good for you.
Yeah, that
So-
comes up in here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, so
yeah.
like I'm wondering if you go heavier on the butter.
Yeah.
And I always say don't go heavy on the butter, but I wonder if you did go a little bit more on the butter. Like, can you get a little? If you're gonna have
sure.
have a fun day.
I'm sure you can.
Fun day?
I'm sure you can. It's here to say you've been downplaying the importance of popcorn in your life, and it needs to stop now.
Stop it.
Bring it back.
I have been downplaying the importance of
It's
popcorn. In my
popcorn.
life. Yeah.
Bring it back.
I'm bringing it back.
Okay.
Okay.
So it says using a good quality Himalayan or sea salt will give you some extra nutrients and electrolytes too. So if you use Himalayan salt, which we do use, that's what we have in our
I
house.
am all in on this concept.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Okay, popcorn is a yay.
Popcorn's
You missed-
a yay.
Ronnie, you missed it.
Yeah.
You went and answered the phone because you're doing your job.
No,
No,
shit, look.
You do. You're
this is just
crushing it over
another
there.
quick little thing. So Veronica at the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is
Yes.
probably like the
All-star.
the most important person at the
All-star.
event
Yes.
because everybody once they meet her, because anybody who has met Veronica knows that she's just amazing, right? So when last time we went to the event, is she doing her classic "No, I'm not" Veronica icky face?
Yeah.
which you often get. It comes it comes included. So she went to the event last year, and of course everybody who met her is like, "Oh, you're bringing Veronica back?" So Jose Nino, our chairman, who has us come to this event so we can go and network and whatever do what we got to do. He was like, "You're bringing Veronica, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Do you want us to bring Veronica? He's like, "You have to bring Veronica. Everybody wants to see Veronica." So we literally brought Veronica, and she thought, "Oh, I'll go there. I'll get some work done. It'll be fine.
Please.
Nope. She was the belle of the ball.
Belle of the ball.
Everybody wanted to talk to Veronica. She was working. She was, you and I are pretty good.
We're pretty good. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby, but boy, Veronica really she steals the show. So Veronica did not get as much done while she was gone as I think she had in her mind thought she was gonna do.
Yes.
So she's back now, and she's literally got the computer in front of her working as we
she's
do
running
this
back and
show.
forth to her office.
Yeah, she had to take a phone call. She just doesn't have time for this crap.
Yeah,
But she's
exactly.
doing it because she loves you, and also because this is the last of something. We'll talk about this later. But it's a special podcast for a certain reason. What were
is.
you going to say? I'm so sorry.
Gosh, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
It's because the tangent cut you off. She had a really good one, but I cut her off. Anyways, I'm sorry. I
No.
popped in that tangent so everyone can understand why Veronica's going to be in and out of this particular
In and out of the
podcast
thing.
today. Yeah.
So we were talking about popcorn. You're a fan.
I love popcorn.
The
so much.
takeaway was it's not as bad for you as they're saying, especially if you're cooking
Not
it
as
from
bad.
like people kind of say like, oh, it's a junk food. Well, popcorn cooked from just the actual popcorn, corn is not that bad. It's all the stuff that people are throwing on top of it. But if you're being pretty moderate on your oil and butter,
Bland.
If you do it the way we do it on our movie nights that we have from time to time, it sounds
good.
like it's good for you.
yeah. So that's the takeaway.
So that's good. Yeah.
Up next, potatoes.
Oh my God.
Okay. So the humble spud gets some bad press thanks to its starchy carbohydrate content.
I'll bet it's how you cook it, though.
Yes, these carbs are easily broken down and digested, okay, which can cause blood sugars to spike, leading to stress and tiredness. That's the bad side. So the same nutritionist says Suggest a simple hack. If you let your potatoes cool before eating, turns much of those carbs into both slowly digestible and resistant starch. Now that's tough. That's tough for those of us who like some hot potatoes.
Well, you know me. I just asked Veronica to make this coffee the temperature of the sun.
Yes, you like
which
hot things.
She did.
And I would
And
say,
it's outrageously good.
by all means, keep doing it. But it's saying from time to time, if you want a little potato action to do a little better in your body, they remain stable even if you reheat. And the latter is a prebiotic which supports healthy gut bacteria. So if you let the potato cool, it retains and it can be digested slower and make sure that your blood doesn't spike. Your blood,
And I'll bet probably
sugars.
if you don't deep fry it,
Yeah,
which is what we
that's-
do with most of our
yeah,
potatoes,
yeah,
probably that because that's
absolutely.
definitely not going to be good for you.
Yeah, and
Okay.
this is a good suggestion for you guys because you like this. It says try cooking potatoes at lunchtime, letting them cool, and then reheating for tea.
Tea.
Tea and potatoes.
Potatoes.
Why the hell? Who has tea and potatoes? Has anyone ever heard of that?
So weird.
This is an English publication, so there's somebody over there who's going like, have your potatoes with your tea.
You know, so often I'm not allowed to have my potatoes
When
with
I
my
do it
tea.
when I have my
and so it's
tea.
very exciting news that now I can. If I just reheat it and then let it cool.
Can you imagine having a big potato and just dipping it in the teacup? And just going,
Let's try it.
all right,
love
so,
it, I'm in.
so here's the third one that, to Noel's point, he said, butter gets a bad rap, dairy gets a bad rap, but it says right here, it says, number 3, dairy milk. Okay. Now, I know people have passionate feelings about animals and they want to have the alternatives because they want to protect the animals.
Yes.
So I totally, wholeheartedly support you if that's the decision you've made. But
If you
I'm
are not going this direction,
that's
you are allowed.
That is okay.
Yes.
But I'm here to tell you, it says plant-based alternatives are all the rage. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
But some, check the carton to see if yours is fortified, are missing a vital dietary mineral. And that dietary mineral is iodine. Okay? It's essential for maintaining a healthy thyroid and particularly important during pregnancy and when breastfeeding for the development of a baby's brain. Luckily, it's found in an abundance in cow's milk.
Iocane?
Iocane powder? I'd bet my life on it. No, not iocane.
Oh,
iodine.
iodine. Oh, yeah.
It was a nice Princess Bride reference there. A 200 milliliter serving can contain as much as 2/3 of the recommended daily intake for adults. So we're not even talking about that much because 200 milliliters isn't a lot.
No, it's a cup.
It's a cup.
Yeah.
So other sources include whitefish and seaweed. But if you're avoiding them in milk as well, it's easy to become low in iodine.
Yeah.
So here's the interesting thing: if you don't, if
It's
you're
not even a full cup.
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
It's very it's low because I was thinking about the container and I was like, 200 milliliters is pretty little amount.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
yeah.
So a liter's 1,000,
Yes.
right?
Right.
It's about a cup.
It's
about
about
a
a cup, but that's hardly anything.
Yeah.
So, but if you're feeling these symptoms, it says if you're low in iodine, it says it can lead to a low functioning thyroid, meaning weight gain, tiredness, and brain fog.
Wow.
So if
you're saying all of my
Everything.
hopelessness,
yes,
my shortcomings,
you are
my incapacity,
yes,
my
everywhere that you fail
inability to get things done that need to be done
is because
the
you,
fact that I get laughed at.
yes,
in
mocked
public.
incessantly.
Yes.
People point and scream.
The cruelty
Yes.
that I face
Monster.
from my incompetence
is all because of iodine.
could be
Lack of-
solved if I just had some milk.
Yes. Have a cup of milk. You're gonna be okay.
And here I thought it was branding when they said milk does a body good.
Yeah, no, it really does.
All right.
People are mocking your lack of iodine.
They are.
And you need to fix it.
Oh, I feel it every day.
Every day.
I feel it when I walk. I feel it when I dance. I feel it when I think. I can't feel it when I think.
you dance
That's the
like
problem.
everyone's watching.
I dance like everyone's watching me. And so I do this.
Oh my gosh. You get this is I want to listen back to this episode and
Yeah.
just hear how bananas we are today.
we may have lost.
Okay.
We may have
Okay.
lost
Number
our mind.
4. Oh yeah, what did we say on the plane? We were talking about how we were going to be completely loose and crazy on the podcast or something because we'll be tired. And you said to Veronica, and she was like, "You're always like that's the way you always are."
Oh, the
Yeah, we're
Screws
tighten the
loose.
screws.
Yeah, you go.
Screws
He
loose.
goes. He goes. We're gonna let the screws loose. And she
She's
goes.
like, your screws are never tight.
That was what she said. Never
She
tight.
said, your screws are never
And
tight.
I was like, fair point. Fair
Oh,
point.
God.
Point, Veronica.
Great joke.
All right.
Great joke.
Number 4.
And a good burn.
It was a good burn.
Yeah.
Sick burn.
Yeah.
Number 4, you guys are going to like this because I know you like this.
You're
gonna like this, 'cause I know you like this.
Like this.
Chocolate.
Oh.
I know you like chocolate. Chocolate.
Joe, give me some chocolate.
Yes. So listen to this. Haifa Johar was a
Okay.
food scientist before turning luxury chocolatier.
Okay.
People always worry that if they eat chocolate, they're not eating healthily or they're going to gain weight, but not necessarily.
No?
Loophole, she
Loophole.
says. Johar, I'm trying to get her name right. Johar recommends choosing chocolate that's free of palm oil and low in sugar. So there's some things to look for, which palm oil, geez, that was another one that when I was looking at subjects. We've done a podcast about palm oil.
Yeah.
They're working on a substance that will replace it. And I was like, that's another heady one that we can do down the road. Anyway, so free of palm oil and low in sugar. The darker the chocolate, the healthier it is.
Yes.
Because it will be higher in flavonoids. Do you guys like dark chocolate?
I love dark chocolate.
I do too. I'm a big
love it.
fan. That's my favorite kind. You're
Is it
more
bit-
of
a
a,
little-
More of a vanilla person.
you're more of a vanilla
Is
person.
it a bit bitter for you? Is it is the
Dark
actual
chocolate, a bit bitter.
I think a bit bitter.
It is. So you're more of a milk chocolate person if you're
Yes,
having
milk
chocolate.
chocolate.
Milk chocolate, yeah.
I enjoyed dark chocolate as I got older.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I found that I did not like it that much until I got like maybe into my 30s.
Oh
like,
my
like
gosh.
mid to late 30s. And then suddenly I was like, oh, I get it.
What is it about those really intense, unusual flavors that you age into?
I don't know. I think that your taste buds
Develop.
I think that your taste buds age with you.
I think so because
they do.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember somebody giving me a sample of dark chocolate when I was a teenager, and I thought,
was like, this is gross.
This is disgusting.
Yeah, yep.
And there's a lot of things like that, like a lot of things that you have that are that tasted bitter or unusual and off, and you'd be like, that's weird. But the older I get, the more I'm like, I mean, it's kind of an interesting flavor.
Bitterness and tartness are something that when I was young, I just was forget it. Get this away from
Yeah.
me. But then with age, I'm like, God, a little bitterness or tartness gives it kind of a something.
Yeah.
A little something.
That famous thing from Australia,
Yeah.
I think about how much I want to try it again.
You mean
The
Vegemite?
Vegemite.
Yeah?
I think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's like, to most people, they took a bite and they go, or whatever. But I remember tasting it and being like, taken aback.
Yeah.
And then being like, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's that is definitely, I think, a flavor that you either have to learn from a young age to love, or you have to, you have to, your taste buds have to be ready for it. But like, actually, it's really funny. So in our house,
Yeah.
well, obviously it's like Veronica and others talk about how like when you're in a Hispanic home,
Yeah.
you'll be given spices
From,
before
like,
you don't even know you won't remember the first time you had spice because you're being trained on it from birth
early on,
right?
yeah.
Like you're getting a little taste of it.
Yeah.
So I think that with Australians, bitterness is probably the beer basically.
Yeah.
Is it's the same thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't know the first time I had Vegemite.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It was just there.
given to me. There are pictures of me and my siblings, all of us, just covered with like Vegemite all over our faces.
Right.
Because we had Vegemite toast or Vegemite whatever,
Yeah.
and then just dug into it because that was the food that was there.
Right.
So now we grow up and like and tea also.
Yeah,
Tea. I had tea.
tea.
I do not remember my first cup of tea, but I could tell you that I used to get like other parents would think it was hilarious because I'd come over and they say, well, what would you like? Because I would kind of have tea and Vegemite, and they'd be like,
We don't have
"You're
that here.
an 8-year-old kid. What are you talking about?" That was me sitting there, 8 years old, on the table, like sipping
Vegemite.
on burning hot tea with Vegemite
That's
toast.
amazing. That's amazing. Well, I'm Irish. Now I really wish somebody had given me tea and potatoes.
Yeah, you
Because I
should have.
would have really changed my attitude about tea.
You'd be a new man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, flavonoids combat toxins and can help ward off cancer and
Yeah.
inflammation.
Yeah.
If your sweet tooth can't stand the bitter hit of dark chocolate, this could be for you, Ronnie. Jahar suggests pairing it with natural sweeteners like raisins or succulent dates. So if you had raisins and dates with your darker chocolate, like you paired it with it, it'll help take away that bitter bite. Maybe.
Raisins?
We won't know until we try it. So we should try
Don't
it.
Okay, just try it.
Try it. Don't try it. Try it.
You do you, boo.
You do you. You do whatever. I hate you guys. Let me not drink tea, so
It's true.
I won't pressure you to do anything.
Yeah. No, we do.
Yeah.
You say I hate tea. It's sock water, and I
It's-
say I understand.
I understand.
Yeah. But but if you're coming around to the Vegemite concept, I'm down to set you up with
man.
with a good entry level
I want it.
Vegemite.
I do.
toast.
I do. I think about it often.
Okay.
I think about it often.
Good. How many times a month do you think about Vegemite?
That was a good one. That was a good throwback there, Noel. Okay, number 5, the last one. Something we all, I think, enjoy from time to time.
Yes.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Gotta love pizza.
I love pizza.
Yes.
Pizza's the thing.
Pizza is one of the greatest creations to pull from Italian cuisine and make something completely unique and new here in the United States from traditional Italian cuisine, right? Because it's really more American than anything.
What's neat about pizza is that one pizza can be 1,000 different pizzas. Oh, do we need to go on this? We're going to go on the tangent. It's a crazy podcast.
It's a crazy podcast.
I just love that pizza. You think of it as a kid as just like, well, pizza is the one that I got from the mom and dad grabbed from the whatever, from the Domino's or something.
Pizza Hut, yeah.
Yeah, and then you get older, not even that much older, a little bit older, and you start to try other pizzas from other places, and you're like, wait, this isn't the same as that other pizza. It tastes remarkably different.
Yeah.
Then you got like those like pan crust pizzas, which are a little bit thicker, and then a little greasy, and then you're like, ooh, that's really good. And your hand tossed ones, or you like the thin sliced ones, are almost like
crackers,
cracker, right?
Right.
Or the thin sliced ones that like fold over in half, like you get in New York. And you're like, oh god, what's that?
Yeah.
And then you go to Chicago, and it's literally a pie.
Yeah, it's a quiche.
It's a quiche.
Yeah, it's just so thick. Yeah.
And every single one of them is so fantastic.
So
but
good.
they're all basically the same thing. It's just you can make 1,000 pizzas out of one pizza.
The variations on pizza is remarkable.
Well, and in California, we throw barbecue sauce and chicken and peppers and onions and avocado and crap on it.
Absolutely, and I mean, switching out the red sauce for white sauce.
Sauce.
Or garlic or whatever. There's so many cool things
in Hawaii,
you can do for
they
pizza.
throw on pineapples.
Yeah, and you're gonna like this opening sentence because it's something that when I was talking about, having to change my diet and deal with gout, I was like, I want to start doing this, and the first line says, yes, really, as long as you cook it from scratch. So they're saying one of the best ways you can have pizza, one of the best ways is to make it. And you were telling me, you're like, have I got a recipe for you?
Oh, Jacob.
I'm ready.
Oh, Jacob.
I'm so ready.
Jacob, I cannot wait to make you eat this pizza. Oh, baby.
Oh, baby, bring me that pizza.
Baby. You and I are going to get together. We're going to cook up that pizza. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Baby. We're going to get the pizza in the oven. We're going to get the ingredients. We're going to dial them on up. We're going to add the sauce and the bacon and the chicken and the chicken and the...
Yeah, it's good.
It's going to be good, though.
Yeah.
You're going to love it. I can't wait.
wait.
I cannot wait to give you the pizza. And it's gluten-free, I hope.
I know.
It is.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free.
So
it'll be good for your gut.
I can't wait. It says you could go the whole hog and make your own sourdough pizza base if you want. That's the thing that they offer in the recipe. If you
Do
want
they
to
talk
try.
about sourdough later in this article?
No, they don't.
Sourdough is like a
great thing.
Is like a crazy, sneaky superfood for all the folks who are worried about
Breads
and gluten. But
Sourdough is a hack.
It's a whole different kind of bread.
Yeah.
Because of the way they make it.
And if I'm not mistaken, isn't sourdough the one thing where people actually like pass down the sourdough, like it's a thing?
The
and
original starter dough is like once you've got it,
you have to keep it.
You have to keep it. You don't use all of it. You just use enough of it to keep it going, and you keep this. So there's sourdough that's thousands of years old.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's so fascinating. I didn't learn that until I was older, that there's starter dough that people have like, passed down in family lines.
Yes, because it's the right combination of bacteria.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's nuts.
So
well, it'll keep growing.
doing it. Yeah. You just get you pull from it to make the dough, and then you got to eventually like add back to it to keep it going, right?
Yeah. Well, I believe it develops on its own too.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
Wow. So it says the fermentation process pre-digests the flour, making it easier on your gut and preventing blood sugar spikes. That's what they're saying about the sourdough pizza crust.
Yeah.
So it says if you want to make a standard dough, Jahar advises adding some unrefined flour to your mix and go for less processed toppings like mozzarella and fresh vegetables. So they're saying try this unrefined flour and go for less processed toppings. So choose things like mozzarella and fresh veggies. That's like a cleaner way to go.
So they're saying no pepperoni and sausage on my pizza?
I'm not going to say that you can't do that. You do what you want to do, boo.
Thank you, boo.
You fulfill your life how you need to fulfill your life. But it's saying if you're worried about how your body's going to take it.
Hey, boo.
Yeah, boo.
You fill my life.
Oh. I'm your pizza.
You're my pizza. Will you be my pizza if I'll be your Vegemite sandwich?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Any day of the week.
Thank you, Jacob.
So it says a lot of kids don't like eating vegetables, so homemade pizzas are a great way of incorporating veg into their diets. So that's a good hack. If you're having
that's a good point. You want to throw some veggies in there because
veggies on a pizza are somehow like not veggies anymore.
Yeah, they
They're
really
like,
are.
all
So
right.
like bell peppers, right? Like if you prepare, you can do a bunch of things to prepare and make them really tasty or whatever, and throw them in. They're fine. They're fine. But on a pizza, they are really good. Like it's a whole new thing.
Yeah.
I even actually am learning to enjoy. I'm embarrassed almost to say it. But I'm starting to find a way that I'm starting to enjoy a little bit mushrooms and olives on pizzas, which is weird for me.
That is new for you, not new for me.
Yeah,
I love
well, you've
mushrooms
always. You and Todd.
Noel just vomited on the table.
I think I need to be burped. I'll take a Jacob. Oh.
What's so great is the auditory sound. You can see that nothing really happened.
No.
But like the sound of the mic, if they weren't watching, they would be like, "Did Noel just throw up?"
Yes, I did not. Thank you. I did not throw up. What happened was there was an error.
Yeah.
Well, we're a mess right now. I just want to put that out there. But it was air combined with like there was some maybe coffee in my throat path.
Totally.
And they came up together into this weird moment that I just
It was lovely.
Humiliated to talk about.
You were saying you love mushrooms and olives now on your pizza, which is like embarrassing.
This is something that you and Talia used to bond over. The two of you loved the mushrooms and the olives and those kinds of things. And I would always be like, ugh. Well, why don't you two just go run off together?
Which we did.
Which I know you did.
And we came back.
And I know you came back. And now
if
we
you
have
love something, you let it go.
And then it comes back. And then now I have both of them in my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. In case you're wondering, I didn't know Jacob before he had an affair with my wife.
Yeah, and what I love is the idea that I was at your house and she was like, "You like mushrooms and olives?" And I was like, "You do too?" And we just grabbed hands
and they ran off to Hawaii.
Took off running.
Yeah, and they were together for months. They built this beautiful relationship. They have a family over there.
Very special. We're kidding. I adore and respect his wife.
Oh, of course.
Yes. But
you two had that, and I was a little bit the outsider
You were
because
like,
I
"I'm
just
not
didn't
having
understand.
this."
But you know, I've over the last little while I've been experimenting, and I'm kind of getting into it. I'm digging the Supreme pizza more than I ever did before. Yeah, just like where they throw just everything on it.
Love so much on my pizza.
Oh my gosh,
amazing!
Like olives, I hate olives, but now I don't hate olives.
They're good.
Yeah,
they're really, really good. So that was
Veronica still hates olives, but that's okay.
Not for you.
Okay.
Not for you.
I love mushroom, but not olives.
Yeah.
Again, it's a flavor that there's this thing that happens with your mouth as you get older. It starts, the weirder stuff starts to come in, and you start going like, all right, you know?
Right.
Because like when I was a kid, my dad would eat stuff, and I would just be like, that's disgusting. And now I'm kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it's just a lifetime also of you after a while you've been eating the same thing for many, many years, and so your tongue is kind of craving like,
it's like, give me something
shake
different.
it up,
give
man.
Me something different.
Give
right
me
now.
something else, you know?
Please?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like pickles and sauerkraut and things like that, right?
Yeah.
That, man, I couldn't stand that when I was younger.
Yeah.
But now I'm finding like, okay, give me a bit of that.
I love it.
Give me some of that action.
It's funny you mentioned that when I gave Ewan sauerkraut the other day because I thought he likes pickles.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, you'll like this." I was like, "If you like pickles, it's gonna go." And he literally was like, "Disgusting."
Yeah.
He just was like, could not understand how he could like that at all. And I was like, one day you probably will.
If you bring that up to Clayton's son Emerson, he'll just start singing Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Because, of course,
of
the
sauerkraut.
theme of that song in the end is that Al hates sauerkraut.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point of the song.
That's the entire...
That's the message.
The entire message of the song.
Yeah.
Long story to get to a very important point.
Which is
I hate sauerkraut. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So, guys, it may have felt like it came in with a episode topic that was, half thought through. But I think it was a good one.
Half thought through.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, I think that brings time for 2 announcements.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to make an
We're
announcement?
going to do this?
Yeah.
We're going to do this. The first announcement is this will be the last podcast that has only
Noel
Jacob, Noel, and Veronica.
Yes.
This team of 3
will soon
doing your entertainment this is our last one, which is one of the reasons we wanted it to be goofy and crazy because this is the last time we're doing it.
Yes.
Because Biofriendly is getting a new team member.
Yes.
Starting on Monday, and you, the ladies and gentlemen of the Biofriendly podcast audience, are the first to hear it. This is the announcement. A press release will be coming to go fuller on it, but this is the announcement.
Yes.
We are welcoming to the Biofriendly team and the Biofriendly Biofriendly podcast.
Yes.
And Biofriendly Planet.
Yeah.
The fabulous, amazingly talented director, writer, producer, and best friend of Jacob and Noel, Mr. Clayton Cogswell.
Yay!
Yes!
If you've been following our show for 200 years, you've, at least in the last 3, met Clayton during the Christmas time.
He's our Christmas guest.
He would come in on Christmas, and we would do shows, and he was, a great guest on the show. And he's going to bring a lot to the team. And so going forward after this episode, we're going to have a 4th
Fourth.
on the show. It's
gonna be four of us.
So the dynamic is going to change, and I think it's going to be even more exciting and more better and all that good stuff.
You're also going to see that this podcast is slowly over time as Clayton gets his hands on it and has the freedom. Because Clayton's going to have a lot of freedom in this office to go kind of nuts on producing stuff. You're going to see a lot also more content coming from Biofriendly because that's what Clayton does.
Yep.
So you'll be seeing more shows. You'll be seeing more activity, more
clips,
fun,
more socials, more things like that.
More everything. But Clayton is also going to be reforming this show so that it looks a bit more like a TV show.
Yeah.
Lots of angles, lots of good stuff, lots of knowing who it is that's actually talking to you so that if you watch it on video, instead of it just being something where nobody goes because we just basically record it.
And throw it up there.
Very boring.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very dynamic, moving, active show. It's going to be pretty outstanding.
And it might take a few weeks to build it.
It may take months. I mean, he's going to work it over time.
Yeah,
we don't know.
But what's exciting is next week he'll be on the mic with us for sure.
He'll be on the show.
He'll be on the show, and so you'll hear him and start to get to know him, and then we'll start adjusting and adapting. But I'm so glad that we got to share it with the people who could hear it first. That he's joining the team. So we're thrilled. We're excited. We are already a very boisterous and exciting and energetic office, and now adding Clayton to the mix is going to make this entire space explode. And everybody on our floor in this building is going to move out because they will not be able to stand how noisy we are.
Well, that's okay because we plan on putting studios in every single office.
So we got to get them out of here
anyway.
anyway.
If we don't scare them out one way, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we're very excited. I'm sad that this little dynamic is over because the three of us are fantastic we have a lot of fun doing this, and it's been a fun combo. But I do think this is only going to amp it up.
It's going to amp it up.
You're going to get this plus more.
The first 200 years were a certain way, and then now the next 200 years will be a little different.
There was a time where the podcast was just us.
It was.
And then we added Veronica, and then it became different and special and amazing. So, you know what? It changes, it expands, it gets better.
It gets better.
And that's okay.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Change is good.
Change is good.
Well said, Ronnie.
Yes.
So thank you for listening all these years and supporting Noel and I, and now Veronica, and as we head into a new era of the Biofriendly podcast, and we're excited to see how it unfolds. But we can't do this without you, so make sure you are subscribed and you're sharing, and it'll be even easier going forward to share and talk about the clips from the show, because we're going to make them more digestible, and you're going to be able to get like 30-second clips that you can send your buddy over the phone, and they'll be like, have you seen this? This is so amazing. This is so hilarious. We're going to make it easier for you, so we're excited that all this time that you spent with us will only be enhanced once Clayton joins our team. So subscribe, comment, share. Good things are coming on the horizon, and we're so happy you're here. And so with that, we say we are your beacon of light in a gloomy environment.
Bringing you top quality content for 200 years, actually since 1823.
1823.
I've already forgotten the tags.
That's okay. It's okay. We have to decide what to do with tags after this point. Science without the stiffness.
Yes.
I said it right.
You did. Beautiful. Green without the groaning.
Inspiring fear and love.
This show's about patience.
Careful, you'll catch feelings.
Kerosene Guy and Corndog Rogers have had a lifelong battle in my head.
Woo!
Oh, so good. This one is, this show will turn your enemies into friends.
We're down with the hooey.
And I do have it. I'm pretty sure.
You're kidding me. Are we going to do this?
I think we're about to do it. Oh, it's just there, and then it just left. Oh, no. Don't tell me. I've got it. Let us do the teaching because you're terrible at it.
Oh, my God. We did the tag. That's so good that our last three of us show, we did the tags correctly.
Yeah.
I think we got to keep them going. Just Clayton's just going to have to sit there and enjoy.
Yeah. He could contribute to the tags now.
You know what?
What?
No.
What?
No.
What?
He can absolutely be in the show.
Okay.
He can absolutely help bring the funk.
Yeah.
And be here in the middle of it. Mm-hmm. But this is our show.
It's our show, baby.
Nobody else does tags. I don't care if the show has 1,000 people walking around. If we have people hanging from lights. If it becomes a whole production where the whole world has got where it's just this crazy wild thing, it is our show.
Okay. Deal.
We are 100% doing the tags. Jacob,
Okay,
because you and I built this dang thing 200 years ago from nothing.
We have been doing this for so long that we get to have our tags.
I think there's some things that we need to keep
sacred.
Agreed.
Yeah. And what we'll maybe give him is like a farewell, like Ronnie has.
Oh, absolutely.
Like he gets a sign off.
Yeah.
He gets a sign off, but he's not in the tags.
The show is not the same show without Ronnie's sign off.
Right.
And so we can give Clayton something.
He gets something.
But the tags
are us.
Those are us.
Yeah.
It's our time.
Thank you.
Thank
See?
you. Agreed.
You deserve that.
With that, Ronnie says,
Happy nuggets and stop and smell the flowers.
Great show, guys. Great show.
great
Thank
show.
you all, everybody.
End of an era. End of an era.
Biofriendly podcast. It's the Biofriendly podcast.